So it's, oddly enough, been another 6 videos. We got somebody new with us this time.
Yep, that'd be me. I'm Ifs.
So why don't you tell us what you sort of know about Dark Souls, what your experience is?
Well, I first got into the series with Dark Souls 1 back in college. I watched, I think it was Squint's LP of Demon Souls beforehand to get some idea of what I was getting into. But just really loved the game. It kind of just absorbed my summer. Then I got Demon Souls on PS3 and played through that. And Dark Souls 2 came out and played through that. And I've been watching the LP, so I know this isn't the most popular opinion in this group, but that one's actually my favorite of the series.
Well, you're done. Goodbye.
It was a good run. But I get that it's not the most popular game, and I understand why. There's just things in it that I really liked. And Dark Souls 3 came out, and I was really excited for it. I even got the edition that has the little statue guy from the front cover, which is pretty cool.
Oh.
I have it staring at me now, which is making me a little nervous, but hey.
Yeah, I got the PC version, so I have literally nothing physical.
Completely digital.
And I enjoyed Dark Souls 3. I was a little disappointed by it in some ways, but overall I thought it was pretty good. Played through it 1.5 times. Kind of set it aside, planned to come back when the DLCs came out, and never really got around to that.
Oh, that's a shame. I would say at least the second DLC is really, really good. The first one isn't bad, it's just lacking.
Yeah, I've heard it's a bit short.
Yeah, that, and there aren't really a whole lot of good boss fights. There's one that I like a lot, but it's kind of short in there. So I guess, as punishment for you liking Dark Souls 2, we're doing one of my least favorite areas in Dark Souls 3, and that's the Poison Swamp of Farron Keep.
Oh man, yeah, this is also one of my least favorite areas in Dark Souls 3, for I imagine the same reasons as yours.
I mean, it's weird because the lead-up is bad, but the boss at the end of this area is easily one of my favorites.
He's alright.
But to get there, we have to fight through grooves?
Oh.
I believe that's what they're called, spelled like G-H-R-U.
They sure are. I have 20 tabs open with all of the stuff I need to remember.
I'm pretty sure you're mispronouncing that. I think it is Groot.
Not quite. They're more like weird goat things, not trees.
Yeah, and I see we've got a familiar face showing up.
So Hazel decided to come back, and now you can see he's wearing his ring that lets me not see him from a distance.
Excellent.
But I brought a new sword.
This is definitely going a lot better.
I see he also completely botched the usefulness of that by immediately rushing into melee.
Yeah. I mean, what else is he gonna do? Stand out there where you can't see him?
Well, I'm not going to the swamp. Not yet. So even though poison is a big problem here, there are purple flower bud things everywhere, but it's a much better idea to stock up before you come here.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you look for that in the market, because that's exactly what they're called.
The poison...
Purple flower bud things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then I just called them poison because I forgot. Yeah. So that thing back there is called an elder Groot, because apparently there's 5 different kinds, each with their own name.
Baby Groot.
And they all look about the same.
The elders are my least favorite because of their attacks, and because of how big they are and everything.
And because they're in the swamp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the weird tantalizing thing is like a lot of this swamp, not a lot, but like this beginning area, you're not impeded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's only like in the later areas when you're kind of away from land. And that's really annoying.
They let you think they've learned, and then they dash your hopes.
I mean, the fact that there hasn't been a rusted iron ring yet,
Nor will there be.
right, is just horrifyingly bad.
So this area is not really that big, and we need to go around and extinguish these 3 flames, and the first one I got is the most out of the way one. So long as we follow this path we're on, we'll hit the other 2. Outside of that, this path kind of goes up the middle, and then there's like a circle around the whole area. I have played this game a bunch. I still get lost.
Oh, yeah, I always got lost in this area. Everything is the same color, so...
It all looks the same.
Yeah, and all the landmarks are very similar.
Yeah. It's either a cross or a weird creature on a cross. That's pretty much it.
Big tree thing that's on fire.
Yeah. Somewhere.
So we got some more grooves. Maybe I failed to mention, they hit with poison attacks as well.
Of course they do. You're in the poison swamp, why would everything not hit with poison? Also, that little wooden plank shield was nearly invincible.
It's okay, I got it.
Yep.
Took over half my health, but hey, I got it.
You're so good at this game. How does anybody else play it?
Look, there's one person who came out of that engagement alive and one person who's dead on the ground, so...
And we're gonna let Rohan know, again, that we're needed.
We're doing the opposite of that, actually. We're putting out the fires.
Oh, Rohan, you're not needed. Go back.
Is this a Lord of the Rings thing? Because I don't know what's happening.
Yes.
It is, yes.
So we're turning off the pilot lights.
To turn on the goblets further on.
There's a huge like network of pipes underground that we can't see. It's really complicated.
Yeah, plumbing is just a bitch and a half out here.
Interestingly enough, there's a reason that it's a poison swamp.
Yeah, the septic tanks have all overflowed. This is a nightmare.
Or a plumber's dream.
So, welcome to my second least favorite group. They're called Leapers.
Yeah, I'd say those guys are my least favorite, if only because they show up in more places than the Elders.
I would say the Elders is still my least favorite because of the group of 3 that I'll definitely have to face if I want to get a cool item.
I remember cheesing those guys with a bow.
Oh, I still try to do that.
Keyword being try. I'm excited.
So for this first video, we're just going to go down the main path, and then the next one will tackle all the extra content here.
Alright.
And I guess really just keep talking about our least favorite enemies, because they're all terrible and I hate them.
And they're all in this area.
So far, this is my favorite area, if only because it causes you pain.
Oh, I think you can imagine some better areas later on.
Oh, that makes me excited.
Like, this is the poison swamp. There is a smaller one, but it's toxic later on.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
So we're already at the 3rd flame.
Oh yeah, wow, you just zipped right through that.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of practice of running straight through.
The way it usually went for me is I find the first 2, and then I go in circles forever.
I think the first one that I got in this video is usually the last one that people get, because there's no real path leading to it.
So there were only the 3 then?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we spoke friend, and the doors open.
close. You were very close.
Was it almost it?
It was almost it. You should have just said enter and you would have had it.
Also, friend is melon, which I guess fits, so.
Yeah.
So speaking of least favorites, here's my least favorite bridge.
Oh, hey, look! They spit poison. That's good. That makes this better. And they're backing up.
There's also something weird that happens here. So, this guy's healing. Now watch his health bar. I hit him, and then he heals so goddamn quickly.
Oh, wow.
I did not know it worked like that.
So, I especially hate this bridge because you can farm a Covenant item from these guys, but the drop rate is like 2% or something. It's ridiculous in this game.
Oof.
So, I have killed those guys, no joke, like maybe 100 times each.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really bothered with Covenants much in this one. There's like one that I maxed out because it was actually super easy to do so, and then ignored all the others.
I think I ended up trying to max out each Covenant, mostly because I'm an idiot. And that's the only reason.
Yeah, alright.
Like, there are a couple Covenants that require either items from PvP invasions, or you can just farm them, and it takes a long time either way.
Yeah, I remember the PvP in this game not being very good, in my opinion at least. So I just didn't bother with it a lot.
See, here's the weird thing about PvP that I know a lot of people complained about, but since they effectively took out poise, so you could stun lock people, I got really good.
So your only Achilles heel was the poise factor.
My only Achilles heel was that people were better than me. And then they broke a thing, and now I'm better than them. I was using a broadsword, like nothing fancy, and I was winning like 80% of the time.
Oh yeah, no, on release at least, I think the best PvP weapons were the broadsword, the S-Stock, and then the sword the Dark Wraiths use.
The Dark Sword.
Yeah, creatively named. And yeah, just everyone used one of those 3 weapons, or some similar variation, and everyone else just got stun locked and died.
Yep. It was great whenever I saw somebody with a Fume Ultra Great Sword. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna win this time.
Now, I think I did use one of the weapons you can make from the boss of this area a bit in PvP, just because it was silly and people didn't know how to react to it.
Yeah, everybody uses that against me, and I'm terrible. There is an NPC fight that uses that weapon, and I am terrible. But here we are joining the Forest Covenant.
Yeah.
And it's just like the Forest Covenant in the first game, except instead of a creepy cat demon, it's a big dog.
Oh, I like that better.
Big dog with, it's very tired.
So if you ever get invaded and you happen to be up here, there's a gesture where you can kind of lie flat on the ground. You can go behind the dog and just hide there.
Excellent.
And this is part of the area for that covenant as well, because they invade in the swamp and the water area before it.
Of course they do. Oh, hello, Taurus Demon.
Not quite. Right game, wrong boss. This is literally the Stray Demon.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay.
He's looking a bit crustier than he used to.
And he falls a lot faster. He is not up in the air as long with that butt attack.
I think he's made out of rocks or something this time. It's weird.
I think it's just he's calcified from being so old or something.
Yeah.
I know it's actually possible, I'm not entirely sure how, but it's possible to break his legs.
Yes, they can crumble.
Yeah, and then he's just kind of helpless on the ground.
Wow.
Well, you finish him off.
That's just terrible.
He also has well, it's a spell for us, but it's called Boulder Heave, where he literally vomits boulders at me, and they hurt a lot.
Okay.
So we're exploring a bit of this area, one that we actually saw a very, very long time ago. Way back when we were coming down from the Vort of the Boreal Valley fight. We saw a dragon on the other side where we saw Yol.
Yep, you're on another chunk of the bridge now.
Yeah.
And we saw a bunch of items, and now we're going to go get them.
Okay, excellent. Go fight the dragon.
But the dragon's dead.
Oh.
I mean, you could have kept him in suspense before disappointing him.
Oh no, I need to disappoint him immediately.
Yeah, he just... The pain goes both ways. Okay, dead dragon.
So, fun fact about Lightning Spear in this game. I don't know if you're going to use it at all.
Nope.
Spells generally not used.
It is secretly a melee spell in this game.
Oh?
Really?
Yes, so you can throw it at enemies, it does some damage, but the vast majority of the damage comes from actually hitting with the animation of throwing.
Oh.
Which is really weird and unintuitive. Because, like, if you just try to throw the lightning spears at people, you'll do piddly amounts of damage and be disappointed every time. If you get right up in someone's face and slam it home, you might still be disappointed, but it'll do more damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. I hadn't heard that. There is another lightning spell that seems much more close range. We'll pick that up in the Smoldering Lake.
Yeah, the lightning stake. That one does not lie to you about whether or not it is ranged.
Yeah, you slam that directly into the ground.
Yeah, that one is probably my favorite miracle in this game.
So far, my favorite has been Heal Aid, because it's the only one I can afford to use.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's all right if you're taking a lot of damage.
No, he doesn't do that. He never takes a lot of
I mean,
damage.
of course not. He's good at this game.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. He's the best. Oh, that was... Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna head back, hand some stuff in. So these ashes are unique in that now that we've handed them in, an NPC questline will continue.
Oh, good.
Where didst thou happen upon the stuff? Tell me for the sport.
I killed somebody for it.
So I'm
Oh,
not
yes, I
sure
see.
if this choice matters, but I haven't seen any differences
in this dying world.
in whether or not you tell her where you found it.
It must come from one most
Either way, you say
foolish
nothing.
Indeed. Wouldst thou not agree?
Agreeest do I.
I think that's right. That sounds grammatically correct.
Ah, forsooth.
Be sure.
Wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Welcome home.
I bite my thumb at
Very
you.
well. Then take
Oh my god, please don't remind me of that movie. I had to watch that in school. How did that make any sense?
I'm pretty sure I did as well. I had to watch two versions. One was like, the classic version.
Ashen one. This
And the other one was a more modern?
Yeah, the modern one with Leonardo DiCaprio and
Yep.
the long sword SMG.
Within my bosom.
Yep. I
She
remember
will
it well.
understand. We are both firekeepers after all. Forgive
So
me,
the Dark
sister.
Sigils are those items we've been
May
getting
the flames guide
sort of
thy
as we
way.
level up with Yol, which we've only done
Farewell,
once, I
Ashen
believe.
One. May the flames
So
guide
we'll
thee.
be doing that more because we need to do that before the next boss fight. Otherwise, I'll fuck up an ending to the game that I want to get.
Okay, it's that important.
I'm doing the most complicated ending because I don't want to have to do it again.
Hello again.
So are you just going to pitch yourself off a ledge, or...
For one,
I might.
that you are most gentle of heart.
Spoilers.
I too am bound by duty.
I hope he doesn't
but
have
not
to.
be my sign.
I look forward to the montage.
But now that we've handed in the Dreamchaser's ashes, Sirris is back, and we can actually do her quest line.
If I can be of
Oh,
help,
good.
by all
I
means.
remember my first playthrough, she showed up and was real mad at me for
Blessing
a thing
you
I
upon your
did.
journey.
So she is actually the person, now that we
If you should require
kind of got that
assistance,
far,
use my
she's the
sign.
reason I'm not joining the Rosari's Fingers.
Blessing of the moon
Otherwise,
upon
she
your
gets
journey.
very mad and just kind of fucks off. So we'll see her later.